All right, we are live. Hey, everybody, welcome to Peloton People, Season 4, Episode 4. I am joined this week by my former sidekick. I guess we're still kind of sidekicks, but Anderson was available today, and he's my easy get. And I hadn't talked to him when's the last time we talked?
I don't know. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it has been a little bit. So we'll dive right into it. You know what we're going to start with today? We are going to start with the new era in fitness because I was so excited. Okay, well, here's how it happened. I think it was earlier this week. Peloton came out with an announcement, new era in fitness. So we were like, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what this is going to be. And I predicted it was some like AI stuff. What'd you say? You were like hardware or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess we were both kind of right. But the next day it came out, and it came out really early. So it wasn't like an Apple type rollout or anything. And I guess also, they only announced this the day before it came out. So I guess I didn't have too much time to build it up, but I felt a little underwhelmed by it. What were your thoughts about all that was announced?
I didn't care one bit, honestly.
Yeah, like that's it exactly. Like it just nothing really resonated with me. We'll go over kind of like what they did, but they basically refreshed all their equipment, and it's now called Cross Training Series powered by Peloton IQ. Now Peloton IQ, I think that's a big bunch of nothing right now also, but I think there's potential for it. I mean, think about when Whoop first entered their AI and how good it's gotten now. Like Whoop AI now, you can talk to it and it'll remember your conversations. So you can say, here, monitor this metric for me. Let me know when it gets off or gets out of balance, and it'll come up and tell you, like exactly. So I think maybe Peloton has a lot of room to grow in that regard. But that's just but right now, the way it is right now, have you even used it or seen it at all?
No.
So basically all I've really seen for it is like you'll go on a class and they'll tell you how they think you'll do for that class if you've done classes similar. And then also it gave me like 5 pointers. It said, you've done so and so bikes this week, maybe add a 30-minute row, something like that. So I don't know. It just seemed like a big bunch of nothing. So, but all the equipment's refreshed, and to me, it looks like the main thing is they all have a built-in guide to it, and they all swivel, which I guess would be kind of nice for the treadmills. But and then of course all the prices are going up pretty significantly as well. And another thing I noticed is the Tread Plus. The Tread Plus had like this huge screen on it. I think it was a 30-something inch screen. And I think the new one, it's like a 20-something inch screen. Like it's the same size as the other stuff. So that seems bizarre to me because I thought that was one of the coolest things about the Tread Plus when we had one was it was just a giant screen, and it was up kind of high. But now the screen in the picture I've seen of it, the screen does look, it's kind of like it's up kind of high, but it just looks so small. So to me, that's almost a step back. I don't know. What else? One thing that I noticed that was actually pretty good that really didn't get much attention is they bought the Breathworks app. And it's pretty good. I've tried it out. Have you tried that?
I have not tried that, and I probably honestly won't try that. That's just
Really?
not for me. It's nothing I really need.
It's kind of funny. I mean, I guess it's the same every day. You just kind of breathe in and breathe out, breathe in and breathe out. I mean, it's kind of focused breathing for 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. Let's see what else we've got here. Price increase. So they announce all this stuff, and then at the end, it's kind of like how Apple always used to have that and one other thing. It was kind of like the and one other thing. Okay, we're gonna slap on $5-6 more a month,
Yeah.
but you knew the price increase was coming. So it's not a deal breaker at all. It was just kind of like, you show us all this stuff. A lot of it doesn't even work except on the new equipment, and then, but everybody gets a price increase, and it's just like, it just didn't feel good. It wasn't like a feel good moment with Peloton for me. But as I've had a few days to digest it, also the funny thing is, I've had a great week of Peloton. I mean, I've had just one of my best Peloton weeks I think I've had it in a long time. So
Hmm.
now AK, you can go see this stuff at the store across the street from where you live.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm guessing you probably didn't do that for show prep, right?
I actually was there last night at the mall, funny enough.
Uh-huh. And did you go look?
Well, I walked past it and
Uh-huh.
there was nothing new.
They didn't have the new equipment?
No,
Okay, see, they were supposed to have the new equipment at the stores.
mine did not.
Huh. Okay. Well, another missed opportunity. Now, Shayna Baker said in our Peloton people group that she was a beta tester for this thing, and she said she's probably going to get it. So I mean, she's tried it, and so she'll probably get it. But here's my thing: they say that the screens aren't backwards compatible. So I wonder how they beta tested that, because you probably had to swap out the screen while you beta tested, right?
Yeah, maybe she got an all new thing, all new piece of equipment,
I don't think
being
so.
a
I don't
beta
think
tester.
I don't think that's how they did it, because I was in some of those surveys and I didn't
Hmm.
get chosen as a beta tester, but it sounded like, they would wanted you to hook up a screen and then once the study was over to send it back. So I didn't get
Well,
chosen.
I see a lot of flaws with this new thing personally.
Like
But
what?
well, for one, just thinking about it, I know a lot of Peloton people out there are pretty wealthy. So generally, not everybody, of course, but it is an expensive hobby. For one, I just don't see how the swivel screen would affect someone like me. I don't have space to have that. So I have zero desire at all to get the new screens for anything because I don't have space to do a secondary lifting workout right next to my Peloton. So it doesn't impact me at all. I don't have any desire to get it either. The only thing that does impact me is the price increase, which I feel like they've added nothing new and they're just raising the price. That's just me. I mean, what new has been added other than a screen where now you save a step from having to use your phone? And sure, it can help you with your form, but if you're a serious lifter, which I am, I don't need correction with my form. So
Yeah, fair point. Fair point.
it doesn't
You're probably
doesn't
not the
do anything for
demographic
me.
that they're really looking for. And I mean, I wouldn't go right out and rush and swap in our equipment. Which, by the way, they don't have a trade in program. They got discounts for users, but they don't have a trade in of anything. So I mean, there's nothing on there that says to me like, okay, let's go out and trade this in or sell it so I can get something new. But when the equipment finally breaks, I'll probably enjoy some of the features on the new thing. So
Yeah, but what honestly, what has Peloton done to be like, "Oh, thank you for being a loyal customer for all these years. Here's no discount at all."
no, I think there is a discount. I believe there is a discount for existing members.
So you still have to pay probably over $1,000 to get a screen that can track if your bicep curl is straight or not, which you could do with a mirror.
That's true, but you can also talk to it. You can also. I mean, I'm in your camp. I'm trying to take the other side, and I really can't because I'm in your camp on this one. I don't really understand it. And online this week, I don't know if you've read any of the forums and stuff, but I saw more people that were talking about quitting Peloton than I've ever seen before. Now, that was over the price increase, by the way. Now, I'm not quitting over $5-6. It's for me, it's still a great value. And we all knew the price increase was coming. But, in this economy these days, it's just people just get bombarded with price increase after price increase after price. I mean, it's just the way the world is. So I can understand, but there was a lot of Peloton hostility this week. As a matter of fact, one of the only positive people I saw that was really, really positive about all the new stuff was Josh Vernon. Like, he's on several different groups that I follow, and he was so positive. But that's him,
Yeah.
like he's the most positive guy I think we've ever met from Peloton, and you could see his positivity. And but for most of the conversation was really going the wrong way.
What's the price going to be now?
I didn't write the prices. Now the price for the pellet. I mean, it's like $50 a month now.
And see, like, honestly, where can you go do anything fitness wise once for less than that? I don't. You can't where I live.
Well, not where you live, but like if you live really close to a Planet Fitness or something, I think they're at $15 a month now. But you don't. But Peloton, it's the class structure. I'm doing pretty much everything on Peloton right now except weightlifting, and I just prefer using one of the weightlifting apps to Peloton's app. But other than that, I'm using a lot of Peloton. I love running on the tread. I've been biking a lot lately. Yoga, did some yoga today. Meditations I've been getting into. So I've been getting into the whole platform. And you're right. I mean, how much does it cost to have one personal training session? That's outlandish if you do that. So I think it's a great value. I really do. I mean, take all the stuff out of it. I mean, when Peloton was coming out with something, I would have loved to have seen some really great AI. I'm talking like, hey, Peloton, I'm going to run a 5K in 6 weeks. Put together a class plan for me to do that. There already is a program that you can do, but let's just say you wanted to put in different classes for that. That's the kind of thing I'm looking for, or more intelligent AI, sort of like the Whoop has right now. So I think it'll get there, but from what I've seen so far, just totally underwhelming for me anyway. And so that's that. Is there anything else? Oh, Club Peloton. So have you seen the Club Peloton information?
I'm pretty down on Peloton right now.
You might not have been the best guest for today. I should have gotten Josh Vernon.
Well, here's the thing. My bike is broken, as we all know. Well, maybe we don't all know that. Actually, that could be breaking news. My bike is broken. Now, they sent me the replacement parts. Yes, great. However, they cannot get me a tech until November. That's the earliest of it. I got this handled in September.
To Nashville, they can't get you a tech till November?
Correct. So, and you would think I'd have a little bit of pull, but guess not. So I'm waiting. I mean, I just haven't really I don't mind using the bike, but it's broken and it's annoying and it's loud. So I haven't done anything at all. And I hope they sent me the right parts, because if they didn't, there's going to be some outrage. I can assure you of that.
What'll probably happen, because your problem sounds like a broken bracket to me. And so what they might do, if they can't fix it, although they'll probably be able to fix that, but if they can't, they'll just send you a new bike frame, and then you won't have to deal with a tech again.
Yeah, well, it seems.
No, I can understand why hey, customer service in Peloton, I've had many a battle with those guys. So I even feel sorry for you that you had to. So what day in November are they coming?
Like November 2nd. So I mean, at least it's early in the month, but still.
How long ago did you call to set that up?
September 15th, maybe.
So 6 weeks to get a replacement, and when you're under warranty, that is ridiculous.
The parts came in like 4 days.
Yeah,
if that.
They're outsourcing all that work now for people to come in and fix stuff. I don't think. I know that's not like at least in our area, that's not like a Peloton person. that works for Peloton like I think it used to be.
Right.
So all those third party vendors, they all suck. It's like XPO squared. Like everybody in the world's like XPO now.
It's
Okay, so
awful.
now I can see why that's unacceptable, man. So you're kind of out of the
Right.
Peloton game.
I am. I have not Peloton since I ordered the parts and
Now
talked
you
to
do
them.
have a couple of Pelotons up in your gym upstairs, don't you?
Yeah, but I'm not using a standard bike when I've got a Bike Plus. I mean,
Oh, that makes sense.
they're so different. Who knows when those have been calibrated last? And
Well, your
yeah,
bike's
I mean,
not
it
even a
is what
year
it
old,
is.
man. I mean, that's horrible. Peloton, do better. Do better.
I know,
Man,
and I'm not even, I mean, I'm a strong biker. Let's not get it wrong. I mean, I can do 80 resistance for minutes at a time if I really want to, but I don't think that should break down my bike.
now is Nikki irritated with Peloton also?
Uh, I don't think as much as me, but she hasn't been like riding either because of it. It's the loudest, most obnoxious noise you could imagine.
Yeah, I think we had that with one of ours once. And had to get it fixed, but we didn't have to wait 6 months. My God, that's terrible. Okay, well,
And like you're in Woodbury and they came quicker than what I'm getting. So
I know.
I'm just certainly confused.
Well, the guy that came to fix the tread just a few weeks ago, he and it was a disaster. I mean, I knew exactly how it was going to go down, and it was a terrible, kind of a terrible experience. But I mean, we got it fixed. But if it's with Peloton on that end, they're not good at that as a company. So let's just call that what it is. But that dude was covering like 7 or 8 states, and he said he was the only guy. So but 6 weeks to fix something, that is just unacceptable. So man, it's awful. Used to, you could probably go out and get another bike and then just send it back, but I don't think they have free returns anymore. I think they did away with that as well. So anyway, that's terrible. But Club Peloton, AK, so just since you probably don't know because you hadn't been riding, it's sort of a system of you get points for different stuff. I didn't read the whole point system, but you get, what's that? Did
I just heard a noise.
it sounded like mom sneezing in the background.
Oh.
So we get some of that on camera sometime, or on tape, I should say. So Club
Cool.
Peloton, like I said, I don't know how you get the points, and so I think it's just like doing workouts, having streaks, all that kind of stuff. So you and I and a lot of people, actually, we're in the gold level. I'm in the upper gold level. There's 3 tiers. I think you're in gold as well, I believe. But Kate put a survey on our Peloton people Facebook page, and if you haven't come to the excuse me, the Peloton people Facebook page, come on over. It's a lot of fun. We're actually have more posts and stuff. But Kate put a post on there, and it was like, what's your club level? So over 50% of our people that hang out at Peloton people were legendary status. So I thought that was crazy. I mean, it's kind of crazy because I feel like I Peloton all the time, that I'm just gold. I guess in my mind I do way more Pelotoning than I think I do. But I knew a lot of these people were going to be legendary, and they were. So, but I think you and I are gold. I know I'm upper level gold. I don't know which gold you are, but I
I'm
don't know.
probably lower level gold, and I should be silver for my disdain currently. Maybe even bronze.
You do have reason to be disdained though. So,
But here's the thing, I got some positives.
let's hear it.
Swimming, going great. Back in the pool, back in the saddle, feeling that water just breeze through my arms.
On the
And
14th this month, we're supposed to be swimming together.
exactly, you're actually coming to swim on the 14th. So pretty exciting stuff.
I'm trying to make a commitment right now to swim one day a week, and I think that'll be fun for me.
Wait, every week?
Yeah, just once a week.
I thought, oh, then why are you only coming once?
Well, for you at the Y, they said I could go. basically once a month with you for free. So I was like, well, that's one day a month, and we'll get to hang out and work out together in your Y. Oh, and Anderson's Y, he lives in Green Hills in Nashville, Tennessee, and his Y is the most beautiful Y that
in the
you will
world.
ever go to. I mean, it is the downtown Y is pretty nice too in Nashville, though.
I've been to a lot of YMCA's when I travel because, I've got the pass where I can go anywhere. And I went to Santa Barbara's one time when I was in California, not even on the level of the Green Hills Y, which was
Yeah,
just crazy to me. But the
the
Green Hills
Green,
Y, incredible. The downtown Y is probably pretty good too. Only downside is you pay for parking.
yeah.
So I'm not really about
The
that.
downtown Y pool though, I don't know if
Is
they've
nice.
redone it, but I mean it's like 30 lanes. It's the biggest lap
Yeah.
pool ever. One time I went to swim there and there wasn't a lifeguard or anything, and it just seemed weird being the only person in like a big huge pool swimming. It
Mm.
almost seemed like that should be illegal. I don't know. It just felt weird. Like, they were just gonna find me drown in the pool or something.
Well,
So
get this about the Y. This is now becoming the Green Hills Y podcast, but much more positive than Peloton has been with me for customer service. So that is fine. The Green Hills Y on Friday, they were closed for the lower level. Like you remember the lower floor we saw?
yeah,
Um, they were closed from like 7 to 3. They brought in a bunch of brand new equipment and new
really.
stuff, like state of the art stuff that now we can do exercises that we could not do before.
What do
It
they
is
do with their old
crazy
stuff?
stuff. They've just moved it really. So, and they did a lot of moving too. So, like some of the stuff upstairs looks a little bit different now. And any of their really bad equipment or stuff that just wasn't being used or doesn't work as much, I'm pretty sure they donate it to
Hmm.
just other places that could use it. But pretty sweet new stuff. I mean, they've got like a drop squat machine and they have a hip thrust machine. So a
Wow.
plate loaded hip thrust machine. So there's some really nice equipment that just came to the Y and a bunch of like overhead press stuff that's brand new from Hammer Strength, and
I mean,
it was cool. I
there's
saw
nothing
photos.
there's nothing you can't do at your Y. I mean, there
I mean, they
really
got
is
a
nothing.
CrossFit section. They have an outdoor section that's
I know.
covered. A little turf area. They got tires, sleds, everything.
I mean, I'd be happy with just your facility that's in your apartment building, but the Y, I mean, it's through the roof. I can't wait to swim there. So, see, on my other day, I've got 3 other pools close to me. So I've got
Yeah.
Sportscom, I've got Patterson Park, and I've got Manchester. So
Uh,
I'll probably try, each of those this first month and just see which I like best. They both cost about this. They all 3 cost about the same. So I think it'll cost
so
me like $5-6 a time to go swim.
that's not bad. So I'm skipping to media of the week,
Yeah, let's do that.
just because I'm just going wherever I want right now.
I love it.
Because I'm having thoughts in my head about things I've seen, and I just watched Jesse. So Jesser on YouTube. If you guys know Jesser, you probably don't, but he is the most popular basketball influencer in the world.
He's really good.
And he just did a tour of Nike's campus, like the one that's got 75 buildings and just all this beautiful stuff. And so in one of the buildings, they have a pool, and it's like 2 yards short of Olympic length. Because I
Ooh.
found out that if you have an Olympic sized pool, they said this in the video, you have to host events. So they made it intentionally short so they never host events. Their employees can swim, or like college people or whoever. So I thought that was pretty cool. But their facilities are gorgeous. It's the best video I've seen on YouTube in a while.
That's funny. I love that. I think he's a really good YouTuber also. So
Yeah, he's so good. Him, Jesse James West, Will Tennyson, Jeff Nippard. Those are really who I'm rotating through these days.
okay. Mine is I've been getting a lot of Jester lately, a lot of Mr. Beast. Because I'm kind of new to the whole Mr. Beast bandwagon. And Nick Simmons, he's my favorite
Right.
for sure.
Right.
So but he doesn't even put any new content out. Speaking of which, I haven't put any new content out in like 2 weeks. So
I know. You're just off the grid.
Not really. I mean, I've been so busy. We had a group stay in the barn last week for a whole week, and we the barn's been really busy. But this is our first group on the actual Airbnb platform. So this is
Okay.
kind of a funny story. But one night they called up and they said the air was messing up, and could we come look at it in the morning? So we were like, sure, we'll come over there now if you want us to. And they were like, no, let's just wait until the morning. We're already in our pajamas. So the side on the kitchen where there's no sleeping on that side, but when they woke up the next morning, that side was 43 degrees. So
Whoa,
like I didn't even know air conditioning could go down that low,
that
you know?
sounds amazing.
Yeah, like you would love it. But so anyway, we figured out what the problem was. We still got to get somebody in here to fix it, but we were able to temporarily fix it, and they didn't have any more problems after that. But I mean, how random is that? It is just the craziest things will happen, and then you don't know this either. But over there, Jennifer was telling me like when you flush the toilet, it makes a really loud noise, and I was like,
Mm.
I just kind of shrugged it off. And then yesterday we were over there checking out after the people left, and she flushed the toilet for me, and it was the loudest noise I've ever heard, Anderson. It was like the pipes were shaking. I mean, it was kind of like really it was going to blow up. And I'm like,
Oh
what in the
wow.
world? And so I think recently Woodbury has increased the water pressure. So
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it might need a new regulator. I think that's what was causing problems here at the house too. By the way, so so now I got toilet sound issues in the barn and in the paddock place as well. So I had no idea that could even be a thing. So this week we'll be working on that too. It's always something. And then last week I was on the road a lot, and then I didn't feel well Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So it's just been kind of a weird time. Which I guess I should say, I don't even think we have anybody here today. It's probably because I killed all the momentum last week when I was supposed to do the show. So Tom Burrows was my guest last week, and who is probably I would probably go out on a limb and say Tom is my best Peloton friend. He's been
Mm.
here. He's been here a couple of times. We actually know each other in real life. Really like him. So I was really looking forward to doing the show, and I woke up Sunday morning about 5 a.m. and my stomach was killing me. I mean, it was just hurting so bad. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I was gonna get in touch with you, but you sleep later now, a lot of
Hmm.
days than you were. And I was like, maybe I can get Anderson to do the show. But I thought, okay, it's 5 o'clock. I'll probably feel better by the time. And as the morning went, okay, so I really to make this story make sense, I got to tell you the whole story. So I started taking a GLP-1 on Saturday, which was the night before all this happened. And it was late because the guest had come in, and I didn't get over to the loft until like 8 o'clock or so. So I took my first shot, and I'm taking a terzepatide. I think it's what it's called. There's like two main ones. There's a semaglutide and a terzepatide, and the terzepatide is like Zepbound or Majorno. And you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, AK, but some people
No.
out there will. And so basically, what a lot of these things, I mean, they do a lot of different things, but they kind of get rid of the food noise, and which is true, by the way. It actually works in that regard. And so then I went and ate dinner after that, and I just thought maybe it was an adverse reaction to this medicine. So, you know, later that morning, Jennifer, my wife, comes in, or she's in there, and she's like, what have you done? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably this medicine, but I don't know. And she's like, well, you're going to stop taking it. You don't need to be taking this stuff. And I'm like, no, it's probably just, people sometimes have upset stomachs and nausea, that sort of thing. So it's probably a side effect. It'll go away. I'm on like the smallest dosage that you start with. And, but she's like lecturing me all morning. So, and it's getting worse and worse. I mean, so I call my doctor or text my doctor, and I'm like, what's going on here? Can you help me out? And he goes, well, it's probably just time and patience. And so I'm like, okay, I'll kind of wait. So I'm just thinking it's going to go away, right? And and with every passing 10, 15 minutes, it just gets worse and worse and worse. And so then I'm trying to get back in touch with my doctor. It's a Sunday, of course, So I mean, he's a friend, but it's Sunday, so I couldn't get him. So now I'm like going to Chat GPT for my medical advice.
Oh God.
Yeah. So and the show's coming up too. But I think at 9 I hadn't heard from you, and I think I went ahead and I texted Tom, and I was like, I cannot do the show today. I'm so sorry. And then I figured out how to take it off of YouTube, and I'm doing all this while I'm in just such pain, and I'm like, and I'm thinking this is all self-inflicted from taking this stupid drug, right? So
Uh,
so I about 10. Oh, and 10 o'clock rolls around and Fred Tucker calls me. And I mean, I'm just laying there in pain. And he's like, how do I get on the live feed? And I'm like, Fred, I just don't feel good. I had to cancel it. So that's why, he couldn't figure out how to get on it. And so then it might have been about 11. I'm just getting worse and worse. This is from 5 a.m. to 11. I am
yeah.
feeling like I'm going to die. And my face is starting to go numb now. And I'm like, oh my God, what have I done to myself? So I'm like, Jennifer, I got to go to the hospital. I've got to go to the ER. And you know me, I don't ever go to the ER. So
No.
as a matter of fact, I gotta drop in here real quick and just say I owe Jennifer a huge apology. She's had to go to the ER a few times over our marriage of 27 years or however long we've been married. And every time I'm like, are you sure you got to go? I mean, I'm like kind of an asshole about it because it just costs so much money just to walk through the door, basically.
Oh yeah,
And,
it's a life sentence of money.
yeah. And so I'm always like, are you sure? Are you sure? But after this, I'll never question her again, man. I mean, I had to go so bad. So Jennifer really doesn't drive that much, right? So I'm mainly the driver of the house. So she's like, well, I'll drive you. And I'm like, well, I think I can drive. And she goes, okay, well, let me go brush my teeth. I go, no, there's no time for that. And so now we have a hospital in Woodbury. It's one of those small rural hospitals. It's probably going to close, right? And I've always been told never go to that hospital. Like everybody says,
Yeah.
never go to that hospital. But then Murfreesboro is probably like a 20, 25-minute further drive, So I'm like, just take me to Woodbury. And so I'm driving along, and I'm like, I'm in pain, AK. And so she goes, well, I'll drive. So I pull over, she gets in and she drives, and she's going like, 10 miles an hour, it seems like. But I go, just take me to Woodbury. Just take me to Woodbury, please. And so we're going into town. We come up to this light, and she's like, um, she starts to slow down. I'm like, what are you doing? I go, please just go take me to the ER. And so she speeds up, goes to the light. She goes, well, you're gonna have to wait when you get there. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe, but I just want to get there. So we get there, and I mean, if there was one person in the hospital, I would have been shocked. I mean, so we walk into the ER. It's like 4 chairs in there, like for 4 people to sit in
Oh
the
my
lobby.
gosh.
And I just walk right up to the window. I tell him, I go, I'm in pain. I tell him the whole thing about taking the shot, and how I think I'm having a reaction or something to it, and just my whole story. And they go, okay. So then they pay me back immediately, and so I'm the only one there. I'm the only person there. And so then I'm getting like VIP service. I mean, it's amazing because I'm the only person there. And so they come in, and they're like, I tell them all the stories again, taking my vitals and stuff. And they're like, well, we probably need to do a CT scan to check out to make sure it's not something else, So they're like, yeah, you're probably right. It probably is, what you think it is, but well, let's just see. And so I say, okay. And so they take me down for a CT scan, and they put something else in me, and I come back, and I mean, I'm in pain at this time. When I came in, my pain was probably 6, 7 out of 10. And then, I mean, toward the end, it was like a 9 or a 10 out of
Oof.
10. It was hurting like significantly. So they gave me some pain medicine, but they gave me like morphine. So I don't know if you ever had morphine or not, but they said they didn't give me very much. And I could still feel the pain. I just didn't care. So it was kind of weird. But when that wore off, they gave me something else. They said it was like a really strong Advil, basically,
Mm.
and then another pain medication. And then I had no more pain until really the next day. So eventually the doctor came in, and actually the doctor was kind of there the whole time. Everybody was just kind of hanging out. It was a really neat kind of
They're like, wow, we don't get trauma ever.
experience. Yeah, no, I think they get this kind of stuff all the time. But it's just a Sunday morning. I guess nobody wanted to go to the ER, so she came in and she goes, well, we found out what the problem is. You've got a kidney stone. So all this unrelated drug stuff, the GLP-1, it had nothing to do with it, like nothing. And I'm just so embarrassed anyway. And so they said it's a kidney stone. They go, it's really small, it's close to your bladder, so it's probably going to pass pretty soon. So basically they gave me some medicine, and I stayed there for a little while longer, and then they sent me home. And really, I was in pain maybe that day, a little bit on Monday, and then I'm fine. I was back to working out Tuesday, and I've had some great workouts. So I guess I've passed it. I've talked to several people who've had them, and they're like, "Yeah, I never noticed it passing either." So they
Mm.
give you a little strainer that you're supposed to pee into, by the way. And I was complying on that for about 2 days. And then I was like, this is ridiculous. Especially like when I was going on the road and stuff. I'm like, Jennifer's like, well, take this strainer with you. I'm like, I'm not going to take the strainer. And I drink a lot of water nowadays. And so, I had to go to the bathroom all the time. So, but anyway, that's the reason I wasn't on the show last week. And, so it was very embarrassing because I thought I'd caused it to myself. And I hadn't. Although I probably have in hindsight, because I used to kind of drink too much soda. I got on this water kick about a month or so ago, and they say like soda and bad stuff like that's one of the leading causes of kidney stones. And they also say once you start getting a kidney stone that they can come back and you're likely to get
Mm.
them again. So I don't know, man. It was an ordeal. So you've got your problems with Peloton. I got problems with my body. You know, it just
Yeah.
getting old sucks. But that kind of leads me into another story. So I was watching TV this morning when I was working out, and I need to say this too. I've been using an app called Gravel, Gravel. It's sort of like Fitbod, a little bit different in the way it does things, but I'm really liking it. You've got a really good program right now, so you don't need to change. But if you're looking for a change, try it out next time, because I mean I really like this program. So I think I'm going to switch over to it for a little while. But where was I going? Oh, so I was watching ESPN while I was doing weights this morning.
Mm.
I did leg day, by the way. So with leg day, I've been really ignoring leg day because, especially in Fitbot, I had my Peloton classes importing, and so it never told me to do leg day because I thought I was always fatigued with the legs. But I think I really still need to do leg day. So I'm leaving out the Peloton stuff from that app and doing it that way. So, okay. So my Forrest Gump moment. Okay. Penn State played UCLA yesterday, correct?
Hmm.
And,
Correct.
and, and that we kind of had some interest in that because James Franklin, Penn State's coach, used to coach at Vanderbilt.
Hmm.
And what's Nico's last name?
EMI lava.
Yeah, I can't say that. Nico Iamaleava. Is that right?
Hmm.
Okay. So he's the quarterback for UCLA, who was UT's quarterback last year. UCLA's been dreadful this year. Hadn't won a game. They changed offensive coordinators this week to Jerry Neuheisel, who is Rick Neuheisel's son, right?
Mm.
So you know who Rick Neuheisel is?
Mm-mm.
So I think maybe at one time he might even been the coach of UCLA, but he played quarterback for UCLA. I feel like it was back around Troy Aikman's days. Like they were friends. Like he probably didn't play. He probably was a backup or something, or maybe he was just a coach. I don't know, but he's always been involved in UCLA. He's been I think he's a sportscaster now for one of the networks, and he's
Hmm.
been a head coach for, I think, Washington, and I mean all sorts of programs. So I would say back in 93, 94, I was going to California. I used to go to California a lot. And I was on a plane one time with a lady and her baby. When I say baby, it was either a baby or like a 1-year-old or something like that. But really cute little kid. And it was Brittany Heisel's wife. So, this is
Mm.
like 30 something years ago, like 32 years ago. And but so to make the long story short, and my Forrest Gump turnaround moment. I mean, we had a great flight. It was so fun because we talked about Troy Aikman, football, all sorts of stuff. But that little boy or the baby on the plane was Jerry Neuheisel, who is now UCLA's offensive coordinator.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I mean, that's like
Yeah,
the most random thing ever. So I thought that
that
was
is
like
crazy.
the coolest thing. So, all right, ultimate fitness plans, bud. What are you doing now? Are you pretty happy with where you're at? I know you got like a new weightlifting program.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy where I'm at. My only problem is,
You're Pelotoning.
yeah, my Peloton is not great. I'm taking Sundays off from lifting or cardio for the most part. I might start boxing or playing tennis on Sundays if there's not a London game going on for football. But
Is there a London game on right now?
yeah,
Who's playing?
yep, the Vikings versus the Browns.
Okay, I thought there was.
And so I'm lifting 6 times a week with my new program and swimming 3 times a week. My only issue really is I need to probably wake up earlier and do it, but I just haven't. I don't necessarily need to wake up earlier, I can get
Yeah,
everything done, but the hardest part now has been the 100 squats, push-ups, sit-ups, just fitting that in and trying to be smart about it. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot of squats, sit-ups, and push-ups because it
does to
really
me.
isn't. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not, but it's you gotta time it because if I'm having a push day, I cannot really do push-ups after as well, so I kinda have to do the 100 before I lift, and then
I
same with
got
leg day. I kinda have to do the 100 before I do a leg day, and then kinda need to do my sit-ups, at least half of them before I swim. So, it's trouble because I don't really like to do it that early. I usually wait to do it, but
What
haven't
day
quite
are you on
figured.
the 100-day challenge?
Today will be 34.
Ooh, man, you still got 2 more months. The
Yep,
good
then it
news
goes
is
up.
maybe your Peloton will be fixed before the 100-day challenge is over.
Maybe, but then I think I'm gonna try to go up to 200. So,
Are you really?
yeah,
All right, that's
yeah.
impressive.
So it's been fun. I mean, I don't know if I've gotten any stronger per se by doing it. And I don't know if I'm noticeably bigger. I really don't know, but uh, it is easier, and it's been fun to just be consistent with something because I've fallen off my other consistent habits. So at least this one's doing pretty well.
I mean, it's good to have that anchor. I got up at 4 this morning, or woke up, I should say. I really didn't get up till closer to 5, but I mean, for me to do my goals the way I need to do them, I really need to start about 4 every day. It's just to get what I wanted to get done. That would be like, at my time, exercise time, all that kind of stuff, from like 4 to 8, 8 to noon, it would be like work stuff, money stuff, all that kind of office work. And then afternoons after I take my dad to coffee, working in the yard. And that would be like a really pretty doable schedule for me. A lot of times I have to go on the road to meet with clients and stuff, but when I'm here at the farm, I could get some stuff done with that schedule. And with me, if I don't get the workout in first thing in the morning, it does not happen. So this past week I've been getting earlier and earlier every day, so it wasn't just a huge shock on my system. And this morning, I mean, I got up. It is as long as I don't have to get out of bed right away, I don't have any problems. Like if I can just
Yeah.
wake up and then read the paper or something like that in bed, then 30, 40 minutes later, I have no problems getting out of bed then. But it's just waking up and then just getting right out of bed. That's so jarring on me. So I don't enjoy that at all. But I think I can do that. I did like this elaborate program a couple weeks ago, and it didn't work for me like most of my crazy programs don't. But I had such great workouts this past week, man. I mean, I just really did. Yesterday I did a 90-minute. Well, I shouldn't say this because I really didn't do it. I did 45 minutes of a 90-minute Peloton ride, and I was pretty gassed after about 45 minutes. So, but then, I did some running. Maybe I didn't do running yesterday, but I did weights, about an hour of weight training, and, I did some meditations, and like this morning I did a yoga class, I did weights, and that might have been about it for today because I really didn't get going up as soon as I wanted to. But, Sundays I kind of want to make more relaxed days anyway. So, but I think it's pretty cool. You'll be playing tennis. That I love that. So, all right, let's see. What else do we have? I might have mentioned this last time we did the show forever ago, but Kristen McGee joined Tonal as a guest instructor. So that's kind of neat. See, that's I guess in my mind, that's kind of what I wanted Peloton to give us something new, instead of like a rehash of what we had, which is sort of like the guide, putting the guide in the equipment. I mean, that's
here it is. Here's what it feels like to me. You have a MacBook, an Apple MacBook that came out in 2023. We'll say it has the M3 chip. Well, then they released one in 2024. It also has the M3 chip. That's exactly what they did, except Apple year to year makes it another better chip. This time with Peloton, it's the exact same thing. It's the same exact product. It's just 2-in-1, which doesn't. Sure, it might save you 10 seconds, but what is that really doing? I just don't see it.
I can see it being convenient if I had it, but it's not something I want to go get. Like I think I would use it. Maybe I've just never really embraced the Peloton strength classes that much. I think I like the stats and all the fun stuff that comes with weightlifting, and you don't really get all that with Peloton. And I've tried their Strength Plus program before, and I really didn't get a lot there as well. I mean, for me, it just didn't work well, but I need to try that again. So anyway, last time you and I were on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, I told everybody I was going to beat you in fantasy football, and I did, by the way. I passed you in the standings. It's a marvelous feeling. It really is wonderful.
See, and that's something that actually goes on in my life constantly, especially in the AAU scene. It's like every single person that plays me or plays my teams, it's their Super Bowl, which is just crazy.
Exactly. Well, you've won every year this fantasy football. So now that you're having like a down couple of weeks, I'm loving kicking you. I mean,
this happens to me in AAU also. I mean, people they think it's their Super Bowl. I don't know what it is. Usually they still lose, but it's I don't know what I've done to deserve this fantasy pain.
And in fantasy basketball, we're starting with our draft today. Is that correct?
I think so. It's the only time Eric can draft, it seems. So I'm going to try to get everybody else on board.
That's the witching hour, but I will try to be ready.
No.
Laptop.
It'll be over. 3 o'clock games are over.
It's supposed to be over, but they like the good witching games always go a little longer.
Yeah, I guess. So it'll be fun, hopefully.
Fun. I'm looking forward to that.
I know who the first pick is, at least. So
well, I hope Peloton redeems themselves with you, because you're getting hosed right now.
They won't.
No, they probably won't. You're probably right. You could probably call back. Have you called back and tried to talk to somebody else?
No, it's just I don't even know if I can subject myself to that, but I probably should.
Yeah, it's just 6 weeks is just unacceptable. All right. Well, I think we've talked about everything. You wanna talk us out?
Sure. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's episode. That is season 4, episode 4 of the Peloton People Podcast. I'm your co-host usually now, Anderson, and I can be found on the leaderboard at AndersonAK11. He can be found on the leaderboard at
Peloton _people. And I'm a
And
co-host too, by the way.
you're kind of the host.
Not really. Not really.
You've taken over as the host. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure you share, like, follow, subscribe to this podcast wherever you do it. You also can check this out on YouTube at Valhalla Farm Life YouTube, and please subscribe to that as well. Also, you can check out our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/group/Peloton people.
Man, you're so good at that. All right, everybody. Till next week, and we will be back unless I end up in the hospital again, which always a possibility. I'm always amazed here at living on the farm. I look around like at all the ways I can kill myself. I mean, there really are hundreds of ways to die around here. So,
And the first
anyway,
thing that got you was a kidney stone.
yeah, I know that, and that's so stupid too. Like if I'd known that's what it was, maybe I wouldn't like freaked out so much. Like
Probably.
because I swear everybody I've talked to this week about it, they've all had kidney stones. It's not like I think I'm so unique and it's so rare, and it's happened to everybody. So
Yeah.
I should have known, but anyway. All right, everybody. Till next week. See you. Bye.